Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory, Flattsburg, episode 27. In the last episode, I believe we were talking about filtering all of the stuff that we don't want, like infused coal. Well, that's not good. How did that get in here? Well, anyway, we were talking about filtering out some of the different things that we don't want in here. But I'm going to put that on hold. Just try to get my bearings a little bit. And I'm going to go check on the mining operation down here. Because while I pinged these ores, I never actually got to them any. So we're going to do colored. And where we go? Oh, here we go. Well, the gold one, that's the one that I'm already have tapped. We're gonna scan it. It's a couple million, 3.2 million left. And then we've got the other reason why I like to stay over here is there's a lot of titanium over here. Now this might be two separate veins, but that looks like a pretty dense vein. Although now that I'm looking at the size of this compared to how much is in there, it might not be that much. So I'm going to go ahead and dig a little bit of the ways into here. I don't think there's too much lighting around here. I did not want to do that. So I'm going to dig this out a little bit. I'll be right back. Well, there's the first one, 942,000. So not as big as I had hoped. But now we can tell, yeah, it is a separate vein, not too far behind it. And if I scan this one again, it is connected to this one. So I'm going to go a little bit further back and see how large that one is. And here's the one behind it, 2.3 million. So together, a little bit more than 3 million. Not too impressive, but not too bad considering that I've already brought power from the surface down here. And I already have plasma heads being created here. Now I don't really have a whole lot of tubes on me, but when I get more, the plan will be to tube these plasma heads over to where the deposits are. Like here, and the titanium one. But for now, it's not really much to just add a couple here. Those last quite a while. But like I said, when I get more tubes, I'd like to convey them around a little bit. I could also use matter movers. And that just requires me to have more energy transmitters. So we'll see which one I have more of first. I don't have any low-grade steel on me, otherwise I'd fill that up, but there's really no need to. I mean, I got 215 steel cutter heads waiting to be turned into plasma heads. So that's that. The rest of this episode, I'd like to start focusing on things in the research lab that we have not covered. So I'll meet you back up top. Alright, I went ahead and cleared out my inventory as well, so we have more room. So, let's see. The barkeeper, from what I understand, is pretty much useful for multiplayer only. Yeah, it looks like not something that I would really be interested. Maybe in the future, if I find I have too many bars on me and I no longer need any for crafting, I might build that then. But for now, it kind of seems useless. So we also have the Mark V battery. Not useless in any way, very useful, but very, very, very expensive. I will be using probably 4 of these when it comes to charging the OET, but we will get to that not in this episode. Some other things that I have never really covered. The emergency siren. Useful more in the beginning of the game than it is now, but it can also be useful for using multiple things. Obviously, we have the red warning light, the warning strobe, the orange warning light, and the emergency siren. They all basically accomplish the same purpose. If something is running out of power or runs out of power, these will all go off. An alternative to any of these is to just attach an electric light to, you know, a source that you're worried about running out. And if the light turns off, then obviously the source of power is run out. But a good advantage to these, you know, if you are worried about all of the contents of your cryo hoppers spoiling, then you would probably put the siren or the alarm or the flashing light on the induction charger. I believe that would be a use for it. But like I said, early game I could see a lot more uses for these things. When you have very little power getting to certain areas, and it's good to have some sort of notice that, I mean, obviously when your ore isn't coming, that means your extractor's not powered, but sometimes it's good to have some sort of visual or audio warning. So we're just going to clear those off the list for now. Now we also have Mark IV and Mark V induction. Now I'm going to go ahead and these just increase the smelter collection rate from nearby hoppers. I don't really use these too many on my actual smelters because at this point our smelters are only going to be used for so long anyway. But the Mark IV and Mark V induction are used for one of our next major improvements, the improved cargo lift. I'm just going to go ahead and research that and head on over to my crafting station and show you. There we go. The improved cargo lift requires a basic cargo lift, not difficult at all. In fact, I'll make a bunch of these first because I do plan on adding, you know, another 10 or 15 shafts for iron. Not iron specifically, but ore. It also requires 1 Mark V forced induction and 1 basic minecart. The basic minecart is nothing considering I've got 300 of them just sitting in hoppers down below. But the Mark IV forced induction requires 48 titanium plates, 24 conductive PCB, 24 gold wire, and 2 Mark III forced induction, which really isn't a big deal. That's just a little bit of bars. And I'm really short on gold right now, but since I hooked up that huge vein, that's going to change soon. And then the Mark V requires 8 Mark IVs. So needless to say, it's going to take quite a bit to actually get Mark Vs produced. Now, a way to help that is something I've already shown before. Setups like these. Right now I have tin plates in here, and I have a lot of... Any tin bars? No. So I've actually got a lot of titanium. So to get started on this whole process, I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting a bunch of titanium plates made up. And then we're going to clear the iron wires out of here because I know there's a bunch of iron bars waiting. We're going to let those iron bars go first because we still need the iron wire for more Falcor stuff. I probably have room to put the wire away. And now I know I have plenty of it in there. So that will get me started on the Mark IV inductions. The only other thing I think was conductive PCBs. Now I've already kind of got a decent setup for those, but like I said, I'm really short on gold bars. Not a whole lot of extra gold bars in the system. I might end up cheating a little bit, going down and setting up a mine where I can specifically grab a couple thousand gold ore. I've already got a mine, actually, pretty easy to set up. But I've got gold conductive PCBs here, 400 to be exact. I'm going to take those now and put them into storage, so they'll get making another 400. So by the time I'm ready to make those forced inductions, I've got plenty of resources, and I've also got the setups. Here we go, the extrusion plant. I've also got all of the setups I need to further increase the PCB setup if I need to for the conductive PCBs for the Mark IV and Mark V forced induction. We've got all of that going now, so I'm going to move on. Let's see, we have the 3-in-1 zipper merge. I'll think of a use for that, I'm sure. There are many items that require multiple recipes, but there are very few items that require 3 of the same ingredient, of the same number, if that makes any sense at all. Or at least there's very few things that you'd actually want to fully automate that use 3 of the same number, because most things use like 3 iron bar, 3 low-grade steel, and 1 lithium. So a 3-in-1 wouldn't be good for that, because you'd end up with too much of one thing. I'm not really quite sure what a 3-in-1 would be good for. Maybe something like this, jet turbine generator housing. If you wanted to automate that, a 3-in-1 would be pretty good for that, because you have one of all of these. So that would be an example of something, I guess, that you could automate with the 3-in-1. Definitely not turrets. Yeah. Well, I guess one example is good enough. So I will research it to get it out of the way. And then, of course, we have the quad and multi-matter movers. These are basically just the same thing, but much shorter range. As you can see, the quad matter mover, 16M, the multi-matter mover, 8M. I suppose when you have massive quarry setups, using these multi-matter movers would not be a bad way to move a lot of material out of them at the same time. But from the power cost, I don't know, there's very few things I could see these actually being useful for. Because at this point, once you're building the multi-matter movers, you're not very far away from building conduits, which I probably don't have in here. It would make sense, although I do have a lot of things in here that I have no way to build yet. Like the fluid pipe, I can't build those. Why do I even have that? Back to the matter movers. So I'm going to go ahead and research them now just to get them out of here. Now, cluster missile, mephetic, cryo-chilled. As far as I know, I can't do anything with the mephetic and cryo-chilled yet. We'll get to that in a minute. What I'm interested in is the cluster missile crafter. Takes a single imbued missiles and turns it into 8 rapid-fire missiles, each doing 1/4 of the original damage for double the total damage dealt. That sounds cool to me. We need 32 plasma imbued missiles, which comes from the warhead imbuer. So we have one of these currently set up. And what we're going to do here to get this going, put you at only. For a little while, you're going to just supply him. Now, I do want to add some more warhead imbuers. I've got plenty of materials coming in for regular missiles, except for the composite fuel. That is definitely something that I need done. And there's 2 ways to increase that. One, I have to make sure he's getting enough power. And 2, see, refinery. I've built the controllers by accident. Reactor vat component.
Crafting.
1, 2, 3, 4. That is 2 more setups worth. Now let's check the source. You have nothing. I don't want to go here. I want to go here. Right, he has plenty of power, so it's just a speed thing. Now, I can just pretty much go as far as I want down below here. It's probably a little dark. So let me clear out 2 more worth. I'll be right back. Well, that was a little bit more work than I thought it would be. Some coal decided to get in the way. So the first thing, I'm going to try just adding some more refineries. Hopefully that will allow the missiles to be produced fast enough. I'm almost certain this will work. Two is a start. Just have to make sure he can keep up with the amount of power that's going to be required. And if that power continues to go down, then he is not able to keep up. So let's throw some lenses in there. Sure, he can handle it. And if I have to, I can always add another generator here, right in this spot right here. If I have to. Looks like the power is okay again. He's making fuel much quicker now. I will check on that again in a little bit. Oh, I'm getting a little blinded here. Oh, I made a little system here to kind of empty out the extra. Whatever I'm producing the most of is getting pulled out of my mass storage here, because it was filling up completely with iron and titanium. Not so much iron anymore. And then I have heists for AFK glory. Of course, they occasionally get mad at me and shoot me. And I found out why the slimes, or at least my theory onto why the slimes randomly start attacking me, is I've noticed a stray shot from Spiderbot go through the landscape and hit one of the slimes. And I saw the little damage tick, and then immediately the slime started attacking me. So I think Spiderbot is causing the slimes to be aggressive. I could be wrong and just be blaming him for my problems, but it's, like I said, it's just a theory. What kind of wire was it that I needed for the inductions? It would be gold wire, wouldn't it? The one thing I have none of. Let's see if this guy has any more. Any more gold to give? Not much. Lots of titanium, of course. Being very stingy with the gold. And I need gold wires. So you can have all my gold. There you go. Take it all. And we can move along to the next item on the list. Considering we have enough time. Yeah, we've got a few more minutes. So just out of curiosity, I'm going to research the mephitic and cryo-chilled. And I do believe I need frozen factory buildings for those. I could be wrong, which is why I'm going to investigate. See, mephitic? Yeah, compressed chlorine. And I don't even know where the other one is. The cryo-chilled? Yeah. I mean, I can't do it anyway. It's a little strange, these missiles, though, because from everything I understand, you're encouraged to destroy all the overmines before undertaking the the cryo spawners and all of that. So, I don't know, I'm just confused as to why you would need materials that would cause the cryo spawners to make missiles to fight these guys. So that's why I'm actually considering taking on both the cryo spawners and the hive mines at the same time. So let me know what you guys think. Would that be interesting to watch, or would it just distract too much from one thing from the other? Because if you guys think I should leave the hive or the overmines alive and then take on the cryo spawners at the same time, I'll be more than willing to do it. It sounds like it might be a fun challenge for myself. Ooh, I did not want to pick up that coal. Here, you can have it back. And the infused. And that one. Let's see if we can squeeze in another one. Now, all of these suit upgrades, I'm just going to skip completely until the end, because I have plenty of them. I started pretty much with all of that. The next we have Spiderbot Cannon, the Imbued Machine Block Assembler, which I should probably start working on. Mark IV Power Core Charger and Mark V Power Core Charger. And I'm just going to go ahead and research the Imbued Machine Block Assembler as well. Oh, I already got it. Okay. And one more thing before I end this episode, because I want to do a little bit of prep work in between episodes, because I'm running out of research points. I'm going to finish Advanced Spiderbot Defenses, and then in between, I'm going to switch the mode, and I'm going to break down all of those research pods that I found. What does he need? Complex and XL. Not a problem, sir. What is that? Template? That's not what I want. Simplified. Complex would be iron, or lithium, excuse me. And of course the XL, the green ones, are the nickel. There you go. XL, wait a minute. Oh, okay, 100. That should finish off this research, and like I said, in between episodes, I'm going to do a little bit of prep work here and there. Nothing important. I've got other videos uploading. Got a new series I've started, playing Defiance. It's pretty fun. But I've got plenty of these research pods, and all you got to do is put them in a hopper and attach it to there. They keep changing the icons. There we go. 35 research parts. Yeah, I'm gonna deconstruct all of those, turn those into nice research points so that we can continue unlocking all of this fun research stuff while we upload. And real quick before I go, here we have the Imbued Machine Block Assembler, which is going to require the Mark V Power Booster and Advanced Machine Blocks. And of course, the Mark IV and Mark V Power Core Chargers require a bunch of the Mark III Power Boosters. So I will set up all of this either next episode or in between episodes. But I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.